40 at 5.
Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Okay, you found what I needed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It says, if inhaled, remove person from exposure area.
Well, that's what you did.
We were never told that it first was sprayed. We called the gas company because we thought it was a gas leak in panic and ran around the house smelling, unplugging things, turning off gas things. What the gas company told us to do. While inhaling this, we stayed in the home until we realized when the gas company came that it was not a gas leak and it was a spray. And they never did come and tell us, you need to get out of the area. We sprayed the spray.
Okay. Can I have the evidence back, please? Next time I would get some expert advice before you spray your trees. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're done. And I keep my cats inside. We're done. Thank you.
Wait, Your Honor. I have a countersuit.
We are done.
I have a countersuit.
I know you do. And I just said to you, we are done.
But I have a police report
We are, I read your counterclaim. We are done.
What about my police report?
We are done. Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Take your wife. We're done.
Thank you, Your Honor. Parties are excused and they step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
My wife and my son's girlfriend both went in an ambulance to the hospital.
We had no intention of ever doing that to them.
They think they're ex-police. They do whatever they want.
She was home, like, within a couple of hours, standing at her garage door smoking a cigarette.
They're negligent. They're obnoxious. It's beyond ridiculous.
Leave us alone and get along to get along.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome to a rainy Thursday in southern Kentucky.
Yes, that rain really coming down earlier today.
Yeah, you could hear it on the roof here at the station. It's coming down pretty good. But remember what I told you yesterday. It looks like good coverage. It may come down a little moderate to heavy at times, but we're not going to get a lot of rain out of it. Not what we need anyway. Here's a look at the last 4 hours. Radar satellite showing the progression of this shield of rain heading east. It's still going to be with us this evening. We're not done yet, but there will be more of those showers coming in. We've picked up around 1/10 of an inch here in Bowling Green. Other locations, 3/10 to 4/10, which is pretty much what we expected. Watch out for the rain if you're driving home this afternoon. 62 tonight, cloudy with that chance of showers. Now the cold air comes in. I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, our top story tonight, a Bowling Green bar owner is arrested. Kentucky State Police say he was driving under the influence after troopers observed him swerving and excessively speeding. Jackson Washer is listed as a co-owner of the newly opened Dusty Boot in Bowling Green. According to an arrest citation, he is charged with speeding, reckless driving, and operating a motor vehicle under the influence. A breathalyzer test confirmed he was over twice the legal limit of alcohol intoxication. The report claims he was driving at 74 miles per hour in a 45 zone. He was taken to the Warren County Regional Jail. And our continuing coverage tonight, we have an update in the 2015 disappearance of Crystal Rogers. Today, her former boyfriend, Brooks Houck, is arraigned at the Nelson County Courthouse. He was arrested last week. He's charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence in connection to that case 8 years after Crystal Rogers went missing. During the virtual court hearing today, the judge heard a motion filed by Houck's attorneys to lower his $10 million bond, arguing that his bond is unprecedented and unconstitutional. The judge will take some time to review the argument before he makes a final decision. The next court date is February 8th in 2024. Well, in more local news now, a pair of food drives set to help the community during the fall and Thanksgiving seasons are now underway. News 40's Noah Fairber has more on these drives, and he joins us in the studio with the details. Good evening, Noah.
Good evening, Morgan. Now, you may have heard about the food drive set to help those that cannot afford a Thanksgiving meal. However, the Barren River Area Development District is hosting their own food drive throughout the fall. Take a look. While one local Bowling Green organization is preparing for Thanksgiving,
we had done some work with Brad for some pest control needs that they needed for some of their clients that needed a little extra help. And so that got us in the spirit to try to give back to more of their clients that are in need. And so we decided to organize a Thanksgiving food drive.
Another is stocking up for the fall season.
It's going to take place from October 1st through October 31st, so the whole month. Our main idea with this food drive is just to collect a bunch of different types of food, not just cans. We're looking for peanut butter, boxes of rice, crackers, pretty much anything, nothing in a glass bottle or anything glass associated. All this food is going to go back to our clients.
This is the first time Kelsey has been able to do something like this with her company, and she's excited to get the opportunity.
I'm really excited to be able to do something like this. I've always wanted to give back to the community, and I feel like this is a good way to get out there and do that.
Meanwhile, Emma is doing an internship with Brad, and she decided to come up with a unique way to help her community.
It's always super neat to partner with someone that's new to us and get the ideas that they have. They've helped a lot plan this, and we haven't had anything like it, which is super, super cool.
Now, the Thanksgiving food drive is taking donations at the WNKY OPC Pest Service office on Scottsville Road until November 16th. But for more details on Emma's fall food drive, visit the Brad website. That's BRADD.org. Morgan?
All right, Noah, thank you very much. Well, there's always a need for adopting pets and giving a furry friend a forever home. With the spooky season approaching, you might be thinking about getting a black cat. You may not know what comes with that responsibility, though, and with any pet you adopt, you must be aware that it takes time for any animal to get comfortable.
I have two at my house that I've adopted myself, and I've got one still. I guess I've had him for 2 months, and he's still adjusting.
You never know what any animal has gone through before being in an animal shelter. So before you adopt, prepare as much as possible for what may come. For more ways to get prepared for an animal, you can visit aspca.org. An award-winning folk artist stopped in Bowling Green today to give a demonstration to the folklore program at Western Kentucky University. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey went to the Pioneer Cabin to learn more and joined us now in the studio with all the details.
Yes, Morgan, WKU's Folk Life program, along with the Kentucky Arts Council, hosted a talk and demonstration from folk artist Willie Rasco at the Pioneer Cabin. Rasco specializes in wood carving, often using materials like driftwood for his carvings and sculptures.
Western Kentucky University hosts Willie Rasco, a folk artist from Hopkinsville. The event features talks from the artist as well as a demonstration of his work.
He's such an amazing character, and he's so kind and so giving, and I'm so glad that the community got to stop by today just to hear a little bit of what he has to say.
The event presents folklore studies and anthropology students at WKU with the opportunity to see and interact with not only physical pieces of folk art, but also hear the oral traditions of how Rasco works and views his craft.
When you see folklore in the public, specter, and you see all of these amazing things that you can do with, this degree, with this knowledge, right, and give back to the community in the way Willie does, it's life-changing.
Rasco simply enjoys making and has made his artwork the centerpiece of his life through connections and friendship.
I like the communication, letting people know what I have done for years, and to me, it's rewarding because I'm still here. I'm still doing it. I've been doing it 47 years.
People in attendance loved the work that Rasco brought with him. A lot of them had questions about his style of wood carving and about his life in Western Kentucky. Morgan?
All right, Tucker. Well, in state news now, today, Governor Andy Beshear is celebrating 25 years of the Kentucky Department of Veteran Affairs. The governor joined with past and present staff of the KDVA to celebrate this anniversary and recognize the agency's growth and accomplishments. This organization provides resources for veterans from all walks of life, from helping them find jobs to providing programs to help homeless veterans find a safe place to stay. For more information on all programs ran by the KDVA, you can visit their website, that is veterans.ky.gov. Well, Keeneland's fall meet kicks off tomorrow. Races will take place Wednesday through Sunday until October 28th. Crews are spending the next few days cleaning up the grounds and grooming the track for race day.
Trees are being trimmed and the track is being groomed as Keeneland prepares for opening day on Friday.
Fall is such a special time of year for Keeneland.
The fall meet kicks off with Keeneland's signature Fall Stars weekend. Amy Gregory with Keeneland says they'll have 11 stakes. 8 of them are part of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series.
Those are horses who are probably turning in their last race before they go on to the Breeders' Cup in early November at Santa Anita. So you're going to come out and you're going to see racing stars participating out here.
Gregory says tailgating on the hill is offered Friday through Sunday during the meet.
If it's a Saturday and there's a football game going on, we'll split screens up on the Jumbotron, so you'll have no break in the action.
With sports betting now legal in Kentucky, Gregory says fans can place their mobile bets through Caesars Sportsbook while at the track.
We don't have a sportsbook on track at this time, but if you want to register for a Caesars betting app, you can do so at Wagering Central. We'll have Caesars representatives there.
Gregory says they're very fortunate to be fully staffed for the fall meet. She says they're ready to give fans the most memorable experience possible.
There is such an excitement to work here because this is such an iconic place in Kentucky.
Still to come on News 40 at 5. Last year was the highest recorded year of suicide in the U.S. When we come back, we'll learn what health officials are doing to address the national crisis. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer. Not us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen on this rainy Thursday.
Oh, it's good to see the rain,
It
though.
is. It is
we needed
nice.
that. We really needed that. And now the cool down will come. Now that we've got some rain in here and that front's coming in, it's going to be much cooler starting tomorrow. A little bit cooler today even. Look at these temperatures across the Mesonet network, only in the mid-60s. And some of us barely made it into the 70s for high temperatures today. Officially, At the Bowling Green Airport, we did reach into the 70s. Right now, it's 67 at the airport, a southwest wind at 5, 90% humidity. Barometer holding steady since that cold front is coming in, and then the barometer will start to rise once it's out of here by tomorrow. So we did land at 76, and guess what? That's right there exactly where we should be for this day and time of the year. 63 was our low. At the airport, only 9 hundredths of an inch of rain, so not even a tenth of an inch. We're still looking at maybe getting 2/10, a quarter inch to 3/10 of an inch of rain before it's all said and done this evening. Looking live, a couple of traffic cams. This is Cumberland Parkway, mile marker 3. You're looking toward I-65 to the west as you're coming in toward Glasgow, going that direction. 67 there, 68 looking at I-65, mile marker 73 up in Hart County. That's looking northbound as you just about as you cross over into the Eastern time zone. A lot of you know where that is on 65. Here's a look at the 40-hour map and radar here. You can see this system just kind of fizzling out as it moves east. I mean, we've gotten some pretty good rainfall. We could hear it here on the roof, as mentioned here at the station, but amounts are not going to be all that much. By the time the front gets out of here, say about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, most of the rain will be over with. We'll be left with some residual clouds early in the day, and then the cooler air starts to move in. Winds from the northwest. It may be a breezy day tomorrow, along with those cooler temperatures in the 70s. We get into Friday afternoon and evening. Little upper wave comes through north of us, but I don't think we're going to see much out of that. Only some clouds, and then look at the colder air that takes over Saturday morning. You can see those arrows showing that northwest wind coming in here at 15, maybe 20 to 25 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon and Saturday afternoon. 73 tomorrow, a little bit better day in the afternoon. 60 on Saturday and Sunday with 63 on Sunday. Columbus Day 68, mostly sunny. And there you go. The rest of the week looks pretty good. We'll get into the mid 70s. Best chance of rain next week is going to come a week from today. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely. But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Andy Bashir wants to talk education. His record, Andy closed down our schools. Regular kids still haven't recovered. Fewer than half can read or do math at grade level. I'm Daniel Cameron. As the husband of a teacher, I know we can do better. The Cameron Catch-Up Plan is about supporting our teachers and getting kids caught up. I won't just campaign on education, I'll get it fixed because our teachers and students deserve it.
We've got the drinks and good times. Now all we need is you. The 8th annual Bourbon and Brew Fest presented by the Mint Gaming Hall is back Saturday, October 21st at Bowling Green Ballpark. We have an expansive selection of bourbons, craft beers, mixed drinks, and more. Plus, sip while shopping, specialty vendors all around the ballpark. VIP ticket holders can enjoy the Heaven Hill VIP experience in the Performance Food Club, while premium ticket holders can take part in the Premium Lounge. Tickets start at just $50 and are on sale now at bgbrewfest.com or by calling 270-901-2121.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/SokiSurvivor.
Well, it's National Depression Screening Day. And new research is shining a light on the importance of diagnosing this mental health condition and how effective screening can help identify people considering suicide. It's one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. More people died from suicide last year than any other year on record. That's according to provisional data.
One of the key aspects of preventing suicide is being able to identify individuals who are most vulnerable to attempting suicide.
That's why Craig Bryan and his colleagues at the Ohio State College of Medicine and Wesleyan University started studying patient screening methods at primary care clinics. The researchers believe traditional screenings for suicidal thoughts would be most effective at identifying which patients were most likely to attempt suicide. That wasn't what they found.
The key finding was that the most effective way to identify patients who would eventually attempt suicide was to screen them for depression.
The researchers found that screening for depression correctly identified more patients who would go on to attempt suicide than traditional suicide screening.
Primary care healthcare providers should really be focusing on identifying patients who have depression, and then that might serve as a gateway for determining who might need additional treatment and intervention to prevent suicide.
Researchers hope to study screenings more in the future. The study involved military primary care clinics. They'd like to research civilians and other healthcare settings to see if their findings are replicated. Well, at a time when thousands of nurses are on strike to protest staffing shortages, many nursing schools are not able to accept hundreds of new students. The reason? There is not enough nursing professors to teach them. More than 78,000 qualified applicants were turned away last year. In hospitals, preceptors who train new nurses have strict limits on how many students they can supervise at a time. In addition, many nurses were burned out during the pandemic and left the profession entirely. Well, still to come on News 40 at 5, a new addition could soon be coming to the highly controversial border wall in South Texas. But the political implications could stretch much further. The details when we come back.
Inside the octagon, no one fights like me. But outside, no one fights for the people like Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Morgan & Morgan, the official law partner of UFC. Fighting is in our DNA.
It's the annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans, and you have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Give us a call today at 800-613-0787 for a plan review with a licensed agent. We'll help you make the most of your budget. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing, along with transportation, a gym membership, and $0 copays for prescriptions. We also have plans to help you pay for groceries, over-the-counter health items, and utilities like cell phone, all on a single prepaid MasterCard. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 800-613-0787 for your Medicare Advantage plan review. Find a plan with all the benefits you're eligible for. We're here to help, so you never go it alone. That's our anthem.
There are so many different ways that you can volunteer at Hope Harbor. I am a part of the fundraising committee. I'm a hospital advocate, so I'm able to be there for those survivors. There is no one else that does this type of work like we do when we go to the hospitals and support those survivors.
The work that I do through Hope Harbor means really everything to me. Being a survivor myself, the organization allows me to provide the care and the support that I wasn't afforded.
There are so many ways to help Hope Harbor accomplish their mission, ending sexual violence.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/Soki Survivor. Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games today on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40.
More than 75,000 unionized employees of Kaiser Permanente, one of the nation's largest not-for-profit health providers, are on strike. And it's intended to last 3 days, but could go longer if a deal isn't reached soon.
Healthcare workers are on the picket lines across the country, fighting for better pay and benefits, particularly in a state with high cost of living like California, where most of the 75,000 striking Kaiser Permanente workers walked off the job Wednesday.
We don't want to see nurses sleeping in their cars because they have to travel 2 hours to get home because they can't afford the cost of living in California.
The union is asking for across-the-board raises, job protections against outsourcing and subcontracted workers, updates to employees' retiree medical benefits, and more notice when people working remotely are asked to return to the office, among other demands. The strike is intended to last 3 days. However, a longer, stronger strike may come in November if a deal between the coalition and Kaiser is not reached after this effort, according to communications from the largest union in the coalition.
We don't feel that Kaiser executives are listening to the frontline workers. We don't believe that they really hear us about this staffing crisis that needs to be fixed immediately.
The walk-off comes at a time of elevated labor activity across the country, when several large-scale strikes have paralyzed companies and entire industries in recent months. While Kaiser admits to the difficult challenge of filling healthcare jobs, the company says it has hired more than 50,000 workers since 2022 and pays as much as 20% more than competing health systems.
And bad news tonight for the housing market, as home affordability is now at its lowest level in decades. Today, Freddie Mac reported that U.S. mortgage rates climbed to 7.49% this week. That's up from last week's 7.31%. Economists say the jump is due to several factors, including shifts in inflation, the job market, and uncertainty about the Federal Reserve's next move. The central bank has indicated it may keep rates higher for longer due to stubborn inflation. But fortunately, there is good news for online shoppers this holiday season. Adobe Analytics predicts record-setting discounts this holiday season. The company's holiday forecast expects online holiday sales to climb almost 5% above last year. Shoppers could see up to 35% off on toys, electronics, and apparel. According to Adobe, consumers will likely spend $221 billion online between November 1st and the end of the year. In national news tonight, the White House and Homeland Security are expected to add a new section to the highly controversial border wall in South Texas. The new construction comes from a surge of migrants illegally entering the U.S. Jay Gray has a closer look at the situation.
Like so many who crossed the Rio Grande, the move, announced by Homeland Security, came overnight. The Biden administration waiving 26 federal laws, clearing a legislative and budgeting path to build a new section of border wall in South Texas. The decision comes as the border crisis continues at a record pace. Last month, there were more than 200,000 illegal crossings at the southern border. The surge of migrants stretching resources to their limits in cities across the country, including New York, nearly 2,000 miles away.
Our clinics are full, and there are waiting lists, and people are turning people away or referring them to other places.
The initial wall was built by and a policy cornerstone of the Trump administration. The new project calls for about 20 additional miles of that barrier. The political implications, though, could stretch much further.
It looks like this is a promise broken. There's no easy way to describe this other than a flip-flop from President Biden.
The former HUD secretary and fellow Democrat referring to this campaign promise from then candidate Joe Biden.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration.
The president now saying he had no choice.
I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't, they wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what was appropriate. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
As crowds and questions continue to build along the border. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Well, stay with us. We'll have a final look at your forecast coming up right after this.
I usually vote Republican, but I'm also voting for Andy Beshear. I definitely feel that Kentucky's moving forward under Andy's leadership. He brings great ideals to the floor. Andy's the guy that's been bringing the two parties together. Beshear's brought a lot of good jobs to the state of Kentucky. He makes sure that the police have everything they need to keep us safe. Andy cut the income tax. That's a big deal, huge deal. I voted for Trump because I felt he was putting the American people first. I'm going to support Andy because I do feel he's putting Kentucky first.
Injured in an accident? Let Flora, Tappan, and Stewart fight the system for you. Get the results you deserve. What does it mean when Flora, Tappan, Stewart says fight the system? It means personal representation with top attorneys. We fight for you against big insurance and pay only if you win. So if you're injured, let Flora, Tappan, Stewart accident injury lawyers fight the system for you.
The Haven at Massey Springs is a special place. Alzheimer's and dementia residents need a special kind of care. So at the Haven, we take care of your loved one just like family. Our memory care program stimulates minds in a therapeutic environment and caters a plan of care as unique as your loved one.
Here at Massey Springs, family takes care of family, and it shows. Schedule your tour with us today.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
It's time, y'all. It's a new season in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Welcome back. Well, it's one of those rainy days you really just don't want to get out of bed.
No, why are we here?
Right.
Oh, to do this. Oh, I forgot. Here's a look at the 4-hour clouds and radar. We're seeing the showers continuing here for a little bit longer, then they'll begin to taper off later on this evening. We're going to keep showers in the forecast this evening with an overnight low of 67. Well, 67 is the temperature now, but 62 will be the low tonight.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you at home. We will see you at 6 o'clock over on CBS.
Okay, the captain.